Resolution in reference budget amendment, general fund.
Motion, I think I'm gonna let Jeff's gonna make that motion instead of me, please. Since I'm the chairman of. Jeff's computer, okay. Who seconded that? I'm sorry. Second by Commissioner Thacker. Mr. Harrell.
Account number 54490-708. When we passed this resolution, they supposed to drop the bids and give us an update monthly. We have not had none of that. Can somebody tell me why? Well, it's stated in that resolution they have to come every month till these radios are done to give her an update. Budget Chair.
The only thing I can say about that, Commissioner Harrell, is, you know, we're not the ones that writes a check, and as far as the bids that go through the mayor's office, and we can request, but that don't mean that we can.
It was in the resolution, the resolution was amended to bring it.
I'm good with
You
whatever.
can shake your head all you want, I mean, it was amended.
Well, I'm good with it, but I'm just telling you, I can't control what the mayor does, nor neither can you.
Well, this needs to go back to the budget committee until you get it straightened out, as far as I'm concerned. Cause they ain't giving a report, we're getting the same way we are when we done the towers. Exact same thing right here.
You wanna make a motion to send this back to the budget committee?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
This entire resolution. Okay.
Just the top part's fine with me, if you want to send it out, it don't matter. I just say the top one, ready to go.
How we need to handle that, Mr. Phillips, pull the top out and vote on the rest of it, and then address that.
I'm not really wanting to.
Go ahead and pass the rest of it.
That'd be up to the sponsor, if the sponsor would allow that, we'll be doing.
That'll do it. That's what we're gonna do.
Mr. Chairman, you don't have a second yet.
We did have a second on it. I'm sorry, who?
Not on the amendment, who was it?
No, the reason I'm asking, how we need to handle this, I'm asking attorney how we need to handle this.
If you're gonna try to pass it piecemeal, I think it's up to the sponsor to agree to that, because he's sponsoring the whole resolution. If he doesn't agree, then probably gonna have to, either have an amendment to apply to it all, or go ahead and vote on it as presented.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to amend this resolution to take the top portion out at this time.
Okay. We're gonna vote on the rest of it, take care of that first.
I've got another question too.
Yeah.
Account number 51300-169 on the second page. Back in 2018-2019, we give the mayor a person to cross-train everybody in that office. Then 1920, we give him another person to train because Miss Wallace was leaving. So why are we getting another part-time personnel with extra money for the mayor?
We're not getting extra money. I can answer that in Mike, but there's no
It was
extra.
18,000 when we cut.
They're moving that, it's not extra money coming out. If they're moving that, actually, they're gonna save money by hiring part-time, because we're not gonna be paying no insurance.
But why are you hiring part-time? It says sick leave. He had a person approved by county commission to cross-train every job in that office.
It's not personnel in the office, the way I was understanding. And am I understanding wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. This was, like, wait a minute. Is it bookkeeping?
Mayor's
I'm
office.
sorry.
Brewer, may I interject something? If I remember correctly, he was talking about they're hiring some custodial help.
Yes.
That was gonna be part-time.
Yes.
Where they'd work so many days in different places, you know, not a full-time, not a full part-time person, but they just used them when they were needed.
That's a different line item than what Commissioner Ray wants to discuss.
Yeah, I'm up at the top.
You're talking about the $21,235.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that is an increase for personnel, cause we cut it last year in the budget, $18,000 some dollars. The budget committee cut it.
But it was decreased in the accounts and bookkeeping. They took it out of accounts and bookkeeping and put it there, Mike. So it's not no new money.
No new money.
But it does allow him to keep that part of my personnel.
So, but
Yeah. But, and
let's get back on, are you finished, Mr. Harrell? Mr. Thacker?
I believe, part of this will be going for where he's losing 2 employees and he's getting some part-time help to pay those people that are leaving. And then what he saves from the paying part-time help until he hires somebody permanent, then we'll be saving that much money during that point in time. I believe that's what that's the way I'm looking at it now.
Be nice if he show up and answer these questions. All right, we got a motion and a second on the floor. Is any other discussion on that part? And that concludes everything except the top part on this amendment. And then we're gonna go
I
back.
need somebody to tell me the motion, please.
The motion is to approve this budget amendment from airport down. Leave the, top part off of this. We're gonna go back and look at this section.
No, it's amending,
The
by
first-
approving this part. That's the amendment.
We have a motion on the floor by Jeff Barrett, and then we had a second by Mr. Thacker. So is that?
That's the motion we're taking care of. 'Cause that's right, and then we're gonna
Mr.
look at,
Burrell made a motion to amend it.
Right, that's what that's what I'm trying to clear up, and then Jeff made the motion.
Well, this is an amendment, in effect.
we're just taking care of
The
it.
amendment is to vote on this only, not the.
I don't know what comes first.
We're gonna go back and amend.
The amendment is to delete the first part and
Jeff went ahead and agreed when he made the motion to just delete the top part.
So Jeff made that motion.
I got, take both of them, the part-time out there.
708 and 169.
Not amend, omit.
Hold on. All right, we're going to back up to do that.
I think y'all need to send it all back. Amen.
Let's back up.
Can I session the third, whatever?
Jason, you were.
Send the airport.
Withdraw your motion, Bill. Will you withdraw your motion, please?
I had a motion for Jeff.
I'll withdraw the motion.
All right, now, Mr. Harrell, I recognize you.
I wanna amend this to take, amend to take account number 54490-708 and 51300-169, send it back to the personnel committee until we get more information and find out why we're not getting our updates and where these bids are that was in that resolution.
So he's not approving the other part, he's just making.
Second.
That also takes that line out under county buildings too, Mike, you realize that?
Yeah, I'll take that one too, 51800-169, they get to.
There's 2 lines at that number.
Last county buildings, I don't know why they get
You got
I
that.
just wanted to make sure everybody knew there's 2 lines.
State that again, Commissioner Harrell. State your motion to amend again.
I think I have it, is to remove account number 54490-708 and 51800-169 from this budget amendment and send those back to personnel.
both 169.
Where's the 169?
Second page.
One of them's 51300, one of them's 5180.
All right, both of those, they're removed from this resolution. And you want those sent back to what committee? Budget committee.
That's where they used to go through and pass on the budget.
So you, Commissioner Burrell, you want this to go to personnel also?
Yeah.
Okay. It's, Commissioner Barrett just gonna pull the whole thing and then we'll send it back.
Well, if they're gonna accept the grant for the airport, if you pull the whole thing and don't approve it.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to be recognized for y'all for I'll make this very quick. We just passed a resolution for turnout gear for firefighters because we just said it was terrible, it needs to be put on the agenda, it needs to be passed. Look at the note, the above increased communication equipment is needed to purchase mobile and portable radios for various offices and other emergency response entities that service Hawkins County. We know that the radios are in terrible shape. The same principle that we just acted on turnout gear for is still true for communication. I understand that we need, clarity, and I wish we did have some more explanation. But the same principle exists. We allocated money for turnout gear for fire departments because the turnout gear is terrible. We have a chance to allocate money for portable radios and mobile radios for our first responders as well because their equipment is terrible. The same principle. We need to go ahead and vote on this, get it done. Let's I don't support amendment splitting this resolution. I don't support pulling the resolution. If the sponsor wants to pull it, the sponsor can pull it. I get it, but I'm just saying we need to move on this communication here.
We just need to have some clarity. I mean, everybody's confused what we're really wanting to do right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing, I guess, is leave, if we leave it on the table. You had a motion and a second. And then, Commissioner Harrell, you can make your amendment to the, and you made it, and who seconded that?
I'll say it.
So, okay, we got a motion to amend and a second, and we're clear on what's wanting to be amended.
Just
No, not really.
Okay, ask the clerk to state what's,
do my best. The motion to amend made by Commissioner Harrell, second by Commissioner Winder, is to remove account number from resolution 2021-1109, remove account number 54490-708, labeled communication equipment, to remove 51300-169, labeled part-time personnel, and to remove 51800-169, labeled part-time personnel. Is that correct?
okay. Is there any discussion on the amendment?
Would you say you seen it into?
Commissioner
I didn't say
Claus?
I was sending it anywhere.
I agree with Mr. Roach here. You can't support the turnout gear and then turn around and vote to do, not communication equipment.
Hang on, Commissioner Claus, you got the floor.
Thank you. We've been discussing this for 2 years, on new, equipment, and I'm gonna just say it. You can't be against, communication equipment just because the mayor supports it.
Amen.
I don't know anybody is. Any other discussion? Commissioner Harrell?
Mr. Clone, I'm not against it because the mayor is supporting it. Number one, there's a resolution passed. He's supposed to be here for Jamie Miller and give a report every month.
I don't disagree with
It's
that.
in the resolution. It's also in that resolution by amendment, they are supposed to bring us the bids. Now, if you want to be no accountability to the county, I mean, we're spending taxpayers' money, no accountability, and it needs to stop. Now, if they can't do their part, we approve it. Now, why can't they do their part?
Some committee approved this resolution to get it, Jerry.
The whole commission approved it 3
With
months
seven members
ago.
of committee, me,
The whole commission approved.
We approved it
Okay.
3 months ago, but they have not done what they supposed to do per resolution.
Is there any other discussion?
Question.
No other discussion, we're gonna vote on the amendment. Everyone clear that we're voting on the amendment?
Can we vote on the amendment? Did, Mr. Barrett
Yes.
have a motion on the floor?
Yeah, it's still on the floor. It's still on the floor.
He said he rescinded it.
Yeah, but he brought it back. He changed his mind. Let's just get this, I apologize for being confused. Let's vote on the amendment.
Commissioner Housewright,
Yes.
Commissioner Clontz,
no,
Commissioner Harrell,
Yes.
9 yes, 11 no, 1 absent.
Fail.
Amendment fails. We're gonna vote on the amendment.
I've got a question.
Vote on the resolution now.
Yeah, we're voting on the resolution.
Mr. Chairman, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Commissioner Housewright.
If something was put on the table, resolution, okay, and you moved on the motion, and the vote is negative, it can only be on the previous vote. Is that correct? Robert's Rules of Order?
The motion to table is a privileged motion. You can make that motion anytime, at any time
And
you
it's
wish. Is that your
anything
question?
else at that time. Is there a motion to table? I know one.
I didn't hear a motion to
I
table.
make the motion to table. I think it needs to be sent back to the,
That's a
cuts off the
privileged
debate.
motion,
Vote on it.
cuts off all debate. Is there a second on the motion to table?
Let me finish my question. It's-
You can't send, no, really, we can talk
I
about.
started this, right here, it says that I move to lay the motion on the table. In this paragraph of Robert's Rules of Orders then, 3, it says only if previous vote was negative. So you went through this, we didn't even vote, correct me if I'm wrong.
A motion to lay on the table is a privileged motion. It can be made at any time.
Before we
I've
final vote.
got it right here in front of me, okay, but it says
Am I wrong on that?
I think you're right.
only if a previous vote was negative. I'm asking.
Well, the previous vote was negative on the motion to amend.
Okay, if it was negative,
Okay, we're gonna cut off all discussion. We've got a motion to table by Commissioner Goins, second by Commissioner Davis to table this.
Okay.
One second, let me think of how to do this.
Can you add a motion to table? All right, we're gonna do this by roll call.
Yes, table, no.
This is a motion to table, motion by Commissioner Goins, second by Commissioner Davis. All right, Commissioner Widener, your vote, please.
to table it?
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Trent,
No.
Commissioner Housewright,
yes.
Commissioner Barrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Edens,
No.
Commissioner Clontz,
no,
Commissioner DeWitt,
No.
Commissioner Harrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewer,
No.
Commissioner Jesse,
Yes.
Commissioner Thacker,
Yes.
Commissioner Goins,
Yes, but this is the table.
Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Commissioner Alvis,
Yes.
Commissioner Gibson,
No.
Commissioner Talley,
Yes.
Commissioner Bridwell,
No.
Commissioner Roach,
No.
Commissioner Barker,
No.
Commissioner Fields.
Yes.
I have 9 no, 11 yes.
That motion to table carries. Next.